You're getting more targeted individuals who stay longer.
Yes, sir.
You were getting more people that you had great applicant flow before, but you're getting less ejection rate, so you're getting more candidates through the funnel.
Yes, sir.
Which means you're saving money in a lot of different places.
It's been I don't have the complete dollars, but it would be at least probably 100, 200,000 easy we've saved in the last 10 months just on sponsored ad, and forget the time saving that it's given our managers back. It's with the auto scheduling piece that Paradox does, and the rest of it, it's been a money saver, a time saver, really good for the brand. And you talk about the other end of the funnel, it's wider at the top, and then we get to pick. And that was a cultural shift for us to, I think we were holding on to some old hiring practices, some post-COVID hiring practices, right? That were still hanging around a little bit, and there's just a better way to do that. We didn't need to do that anymore, and you could spend a year or two convincing people culturally to turn that ship around, or you could find something that helped you with it and get the point across right away. So.
That kind of money will buy a lot of lobster rolls. A lot of lobster rolls.
At $5.99.
You've touched on this guy. I love it.
ABC, baby.
This
Always
is why he makes the big bucks.
Right.
He's the VP. You've mentioned culture a few times.
Yes, sir.
And I think, by the way, he likes when you call him sir. So
yes.
keep doing
Okay,
that.
I'll keep going.
Military thing, huh?
And I don't think people think about technology helping culture, but we've talked about ease of apply.
Sure.
Like, this is a cool techie company. I didn't think they did stuff like this. What has the technology meant to the brand and strengthening it or supporting what the messaging is to candidates?
Yeah, so I think what it allowed the biggest piece is allowed our managers to have that time to think about that. Because before, you had to get in there and you had to pull them up in the back office and email them or call, text, hope they show up, schedule the interview, that kind of thing. With the auto scheduling, it gives you a time to think about, and then we hammer that message home during the integration. We still do it all the time about let's build better teams, right? And let's pick better people, and let's move from that hiring to selection. But it gives you time to do that, because now you can prep for your interview. That time you were spending on sourcing. Now you can spend on prepping your interview questions, thinking about who you really want. You've only got a spot or two on the team left, or whatever it is. So yeah, let's make sure we get the right
Humans
person.
getting to know humans.
That's how this works.
Yeah, okay.
That's how this works on the HR side.
And at Captain D's, those candidates are also customers.
Yes, sir.
They're buying from you,
right.
They with that lobster roll or whatever, $5.99, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But so how important was that? And has marketing made the connection that you guys touch a ton of the community?
Yeah.
Right? And it could either be a bad touch, which sounds like was happening before, or a good touch now, and how that could prospectively also equate to positive impact on the bottom line.
Listen, I like the way you think. It's what's next, right? That whole engagement piece, that whole people and culture piece. We've got a great story to tell. We always have. Now we've got a better one. Now we're building teams come be a part of what we're doing going forward. So I like the way you think. It's what's next in 25 for us. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You're in a literal war for talent, and
Yes, sir.
in the space that you're in, and fighting for bodies.
Right.
As a result of that, and technology, automation is a hot trend right now. Flippy's going to flip my burgers, and an AI is going to take my order, and a kiosk is going to. How do you guys look at that technology in terms of serving your customers, building that strong culture, and keeping that culture? Do you embrace it? Do you stay away from it? Do you try to merge the two together? What's your take?
Yeah, I think my take is what I've seen is we try to merge it. We've got a strong brand. We've got dedicated folks. We've got long tenured people. I can't tell you the amount of people that have been with us 20, 30 years or more. And so those folks are telling our stories, and they're in there doing it every day, and we don't want to lose that. We view it as what I've seen us do so far is use AI and technology to support that and embrace it and make sure we don't lose it, and still keep, our customer base, keep our employee base, make sure we're still there for the communities we've been in a long time.
What's the secret sauce to that kind of tenure?
It's a long time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very long time
We
for that business.
We call them legends, and we celebrate these people. They get their own, certificates and cups and legends, and we celebrate them internally and blast it out where we can. But those folks have been with us a long time. I think it's about when you find a good fit and you support employees with what they're looking for as a company and individually in the restaurant. You have good managers working for you that keep people. It's no secret. It's just good fits and good branding and good culture and good leaders. That's all.
You mentioned old way of recruiting. And obviously managers, they're used to the routines and everything, and promises are promises. You're gonna make life easier for me. What kind of obstacles did you have up front with that kind of thought process, and what kind of feedback are you getting now from managers?
Yeah, the folks were a little apprehensive, right? We'd done something one way for a long time. We have a thought process about hiring for a long time. So the great thing is when you have levels of tenure and leadership, gives you all sorts of benefits. But it also can present some challenges when there's change, right? And when we can do something better. And so we didn't want to tell our leaders that your choices were wrong. We didn't want to tell our leader you're making bad choices. We wanted to help you make better ones. But we wanted to help you find better team members. And that's really what it was about. So it was, we kind of approached it where, listen, this technology is going to be great. It's going to save you time, going to save you money, and you're going to build better teams, and here's how. We blasted that out from the beginning, lots of communication, lots of support. But once people started winning and they were more staffed than they'd ever been, which I hear every time I'm out in the field,
Yeah.
we're more staffed than we've ever been. And we optimized what that staffing looked like.
That's gotta feel good, though.
Per restaurant and that kind of thing. So it feels great. We just had to start stacking some wins for people that were doubting or
those pesky
unsure.
franchisees weren't a problem. Those pesky.
Well, we didn't roll it out to the franchisees. We wanted to make sure we got all the wrinkles ironed out first.
Okay.
And so we sat on it for 6-8 months before, we have a quarterly webinar with our franchisees, and we sat on it for 6, 8, 9 months before we came back and said, listen, this works and here's how. And we recommend it now. And so a few of our franchisees have since adopted based on that recommendation. But we want to make sure we had it right first. We didn't want to, give anybody faulty information or bad promises or something like that.
Yeah.
Sell you a bag of goods. We want to make sure it worked, and it does.
Did you build best practices to be able to share with them? So it's kind of like here's the cheat sheet. Here are the things that we went through. This didn't work, this didn't work. We're gonna give you what actually worked.
Plenty of those, man. Plenty of those to make sure we had it right. So there's the regular wrinkles in any kind of integration, implementation that you're doing. And then we had the cultural pieces for any kind of intervention that's going on. But once we had all that figured out and the platform maximized the way we wanted it, at least for now, and we continually do that. And what I love about Paradox is there's some customization in there, and they'll work with you on doing what's best for your organization. And we were able to push that envelope a little bit. So, we use it for our corporate positions as well. Everybody goes through the same thing, So if we're hiring you for international sales, you're gonna have the same AI experience that, a team member in Birmingham does. Because we want you to know what the culture's about, what the brand's about, and who you're going to be supporting in the field.
All right, that was Sean MacMillan, VP of HR at Captain D's. Sean, thanks for hanging out.
The big dog.
We out.